Hi there, I'm Jonathan Strickland, a senior writer with HowStuffWorks.com, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the future of video games, at least as I see it. Now, the near future, I think we're going to see us build on trends that are already in existence right now. And one of the big trends is motion-controlled gaming. We see this with all of the major consoles, from the Xbox Kinect to the Sony Move to the Nintendo Wii. I think we're going to continue to see those games come out. It's a new and innovative way of designing games for gamers. It also gets them active, and it starts to blur the line between real-world activities and video games. So we're going to continue to see that, but beyond that, what else? Well, there's the online social aspect of games that's been taking off over the last several years. I think that's going to become even more important over the next few years. You're going to see a lot more online cooperative and competitive play incorporated into all sorts of games, not just the ones that most of us are familiar with, like real-time strategy or first-person shooters, but role-playing games and adventure games and all sorts of puzzles and pretty much anything you can name. We're going to see that on platforms ranging from the consoles to computer games to online social networks like Facebook and Google+. Alright, well that's pretty simple because that's what we're dealing with right now. What if we want to go a little further? Well, with things like the Xbox Kinect, which actually records your movements, it detects you, there's a camera that's focused on you. We might get to a point where that camera can detect you and perhaps some software creates an avatar version of you within games. And so you'll have a fully finished game, but the main character hasn't been finished yet because the main character really is you. And then you have a digital representation of yourself running around this game world, shooting aliens, or your best friend Bob, whatever you like. But beyond that, we're talking things like augmented reality games. We've seen a few simple examples of that where you hold up a mobile gaming device to an object and you see the object on the screen, and on top of that you see a virtual character represented. So you've got an animated character on your screen standing on top of a real world object. That's a very basic way of using augmented reality. I expect pretty soon we're going to see augmented reality incorporated in lots of other games, mostly on mobile devices. For example, there's an upcoming game called Run Zombie Run, where you'll be running around in real time, in the real world, but you'll be getting story notifications through your mobile device telling you where zombies are and how you have to avoid them in order to make your next objective. And once you make that objective and make it back safely home, hopefully, then you'll unlock the next part of the story. This sort of integrated storytelling gameplay methodology, I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the near future. And beyond that, well, maybe we'll finally get to the promise that was made with virtual reality gaming. Now, if you were around back in the 80s, virtual reality might leave a bad taste in your mouth because you remember the big blocky pterodactyl that would swoop down and you would shoot blocks at it. It's gotten a lot better since then, and I think maybe in 5 years we're going to have systems at home capable of creating real virtual environments that we can feel immersed in, and maybe some of us won't ever want to leave. I'll see you online.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit HowStuffWorks.com. And don't forget to check out our other podcasts, free, on iTunes.